What's up, everybody? Hammered down, and we are back in action again with another fucked up piece that we're going to be working on here. So, last night, I don't know, it was late. It was like probably 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe later, I'm not sure. I was on the phone with Mikey Butler, and I started hearing a loud whistle through my knobs here, you know, and I was like, fuck, what broke now? And luckily I was right here by this truck stop, this little Shell truck stop. They're not 24 hours, by the way. And I pulled in here, and I got out, and I heard it whistling real loud. And I went back and I looked, and this little fitting right here, that screws into another fitting right here. Let me get the other fitting. This fitting right here, okay? This goes like this. This is supposed to go like this, right? And it hooks up to the air tank. Okay, well, I'm pulling a 1979 trailer, and so this does not actually go with the fucking trailer. Go figure, you know? So this doesn't have anywhere to bolt into. So it was held on by this little brass-ass fitting right here. But, I mean, it was probably like this big, okay? But it's broken, and I got the other piece out of here finally. It took me, no, Mikey Butler was on the phone, and I was a pretty angry person. But so this just sits there and you know, vibrates, because it's not meant for this shit. So it's not. So these don't have anywhere to bolt to, which they should. That's where your strength comes in. And it would probably be just fine if this was like a hose fitting, and this bolted onto something, and then you ran the hose off of it. Same fucking concept, right? Right, I think so too. But that's not how it's been done, because it's an old as fuck trailer and whatever. So now I went to Home Depot and I got some fittings. I got a couple spares. They only had one like this. I even asked somebody, and they're, oh, we don't know. Fucking yay to the Home Depot in Gainesville, by the way. But so I'm gonna try to get this out, and we're just gonna hope it works like that. And it should. I've done something similar to this multiple times, but for some reason this one doesn't want to come out like that. So if I can get it out, then we'll be well on our way to getting this shit fixed. This is another reason that being an owner-operator sucks. It just does sometimes, you know? Because I don't want to, like, this little piece of shit fitting right here was like $3. It was like $2.43 or some shit, to be exact. It might have been $2.93, I don't remember. Okay? But I don't want to call roadside to come out here, assess the situation, then go find someplace and buy shit, and then come back. You know what I mean? I just, in my mind anyways, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I'd rather spend a few dollars and some time while I'm still on my 10-hour break, and try to get this shit figured out my damn self. But that's just me, you know? Everybody's different. Some people don't want to work on their own shit. Some people are just too fucking lazy. And then others, I don't know what their excuse is. But I'm gonna tinker with this for a minute and try to get it broke free. And then I'll come back to you guys here in a minute, and I'll show you what's going on. So far, not looking good. Like I figured was gonna happen, the fucking piece of shit snapped off. But that's what it looked like last night when I got the one out of this, so I'm not ready to give up just yet. Not yet. Not yet. I'll be back shortly. Alright. Alright. So, good news is we got it out. Bad news is a couple of threads may have gotten a little fucked up in the process, but once I lock this, there we go. what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get the what you call the shit, the thread sealant shit, 100 psi immediately. I forget what it says after that. Let's see here, hang on. Yeah, it can be aired up to 100 psi immediately. Cure time is 24 to 48 hours depending on application, for threaded metal, PVC, or ABS pipe. So that's what we're going to use on this right here. And I'm just going to put it on this first, and then I'm going to get it in there good. And once I get this piece on, it might tighten itself down a little bit more, but I'm going to basically see it's out of there now. You see, you got a couple scars, but I already kind of re-tapped a little bit. But what I'm gonna do is once I have that end piece on, it'll give me something to grip to with my wrench, and I'm gonna tap it in as far as I can, and the sealant will help it be fine. It goes in about half of that, which is pretty much more than the piece of shit fitting that was on there. So turn this camera down here where you can kind of see what I'm working with here. But yeah, so this is just one more of them times where I just saved a few $100s on a roadside call. Yeah, you can't be a puss, you know, because it does suck doing this shit. I'll be the first one to tell you it sucks fucking with this shit. And you're liable to get cut up and scratched up and things of that nature. Okay. I just had to apply a thick and even coat, which I'm sure that it's going to make a fucking mess. So I'm saying we're just going to do it something like this here. I don't know if you can really do too much as long as you don't plug whatever you're trying to do, you know. So we're just gonna kind of even this shit up, wipe off any of the excess shit that's too much, that might be just too messy. It's not too much, it's too fucking messy. You know, I like using the tape, and I got some of the tape too, just in case I didn't like how this works. But you know, any other time I like using this because it flows where it needs to go type shit. Okay. Let's see. Now this shit's gonna end up pissing me off, but alright, see that. So getting started good in there. I'm just going to go ahead and do this other side because it'll tighten itself down as I tighten down this other piece here. See, so now both things are going to be tightening. I'm going to put this bigger wrench on so I got a little bit more leverage here. You know, I got this for something or another. I can't remember what the hell I actually bought it for. I don't ever buy it for using it for the right shit. This is probably the closest thing to helpful it's been. But this motherfucker comes in handy for a lot of random shit. Kind of let y'all see what I'm working with here, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. First off, I'm getting this shit all over me now too. This is definitely some shit that I'd rather let a company handle, you know. I'm gonna tell you, that bitch is on there. I don't think that bitch going nowhere. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back over here to the trailer now. We're gonna get this shit put back on the, drop and break it. Put this shit back on the trailer, hooks into the air tank like this. You got your main lines, I guess, for the, probably the brakes in, and then this is probably like a return and a return. I don't know exactly. I have no fucking clue what they're for. I just remember how they go. So, but stay tuned. We will be right back here. It's gonna be like a second for you, like 10 minutes for me. But 1 second. Alright guys, so I'm sorry if it's windy or if you got a lot of excess noise and shit, but I'm fixing to show you the mess that I'm dealing with. Right now I'm laying on the inside of the trailer. See, I'm at the shell, like I said. But let me flip the camera around and I'll show you where this goes and why I think a brass fitting, trying to, you know, brass fitting that stuck out probably every bit of like 1.5 to 2 inches. I think it was just flimsy, man. And had I felt like it, and had I had, you know, like something to double check and make sure I was getting the right shit, I probably could have just bought like a single piece that went into the valve, but it would have had to come out far enough. You see how that top fitting deal is? That's part of the issue. It's got to come out far enough for that fitting to clear the air tank. So, and you can see the difference in that. But I'm gonna go ahead and slap this deal back together, and I'll try to get some video of it as well. Alright, so that's where it hooks into right there. Here's all the lines and shit. There's no line over there. That's for that piece that I just showed you. This one goes on the other side. And you got your two main ones that are down here, like these. And the nut deal is right down there, right there. So, I think my first thing, I'm gonna put the shit in here and I'm gonna twist it around and get it as tight as it was, or tight as I can, or however that's gonna play out, and make sure I get it to end up, damn it, make sure I get it when it's done to end up looking like this, because that's how it needs to look. So I'm gonna try to set the camera up. If I can't get an angle, then you won't see it, but I'm gonna try to set the camera up and see if I can't get a decent angle for you. Oh shit, gotta make one more turn out of it. I think that'll work. Okay, so now the whole air tank flexes instead of the brass fitting. But you see, this right here should actually have something that it hooks to. That's why there's like, that's why it's like just a, you know, what you call it, like a false deal right here. it should actually hook into something. So this is not off of a 1979 fucking trailer. That's for sure. Okay, so we're gonna get everything on there. You know, since these have those whatever seals on them, you don't have to put no shit on them. I'm just gonna do like a dry fit before I lock everything into place. Make sure that nothing needs to be adjusted. And this might have taken me a few hours to you know, accomplish everything and make it. You know, I had to drive 20. I think it was like 25 minutes. Okay, it was like 21 miles or some shit. But it was 25 minutes that I had to drive down. I dropped my trailer here, went inside, double checked, made sure that that the dude didn't care, and then I had to drive 25 minutes down to Gainesville. Like I said, about 21 miles. It was right off the highway to the Home Depot, and I took the actual directional valve and the broke pieces that I had and the fitting right here inside, and I just started looking, started trying to fit things inside of here, inside of this piece right here, until I figured out what, you know, about what size of thing I was actually looking for. And then I was trying to find, like I said, I couldn't find another one as small as this, and so if it breaks again, I may have an issue, because it's gonna be awful fucking close to this. But we're just gonna cross our fingers that it doesn't break again, and if it does, well, I don't know. If it does, it just wasn't meant to be. Alright, so something ain't adding up here. I didn't get this one on there very far with my hands. That ain't gonna help you shit, I promise you that. And I wish I had the right wrench, but I couldn't fucking find it. So, I got one that almost fits the smaller one, but this is bigger than a 1 inch, and it's bigger than a 25, which, as Mikey Butler reminded me last night, are about the same fucking size. After I couldn't figure out why they didn't look the same. Alright, we're gonna use this bitch backwards, maybe. I'm gonna try to here. Yeah, alright. Not the right way to do it, but hey, right now, whatever works, works. I don't have my full toolkit. You know, seeing how I'm on the road. I'm glad that I got this shit fixed for really for the $2.40. I fixed it. $2.43. I looked at the receipt. I fixed it. But then I bought 2 extra ones just in case. And I bought a 98-cent pipe tape or thread tape, whatever it's called. And then I also got the that wet thread sealant. Just because I like to have options, I don't want to have to drive all the way back to fucking Gainesville. Because where I'm at right now, in Marietta, Oklahoma, they don't got a whole lot. They ain't got a whole lot to choose from. There's a lot of shit that says it's here. There was 2 shops that said they were right over here. I bobtailed over there, and of course, neither one of them fucking exist. So, I figured, fuck it, dude, I guess the only option I got is to head down to Gainesville. I figured at least if I go to Home Depot, I know they'll have what I'm looking for, or something that I can make work. That's all I cared about today. That is all that I worried about today, was getting this shit done. Cause I got a load on right now, and I'm glad that, I mean, I'm not really glad because I'd have already came up in rotation had I had this shit fixed. But I also got discouraged last night because there wasn't shit open, and I'd already been up all day yesterday. And there wasn't nowhere for me to go to get parts until this morning, and you know, I was still a little pissed off about the whole shit anyways, so. And I was tired. I'm not gonna lie. Fucking tired. I'm gonna say it's fixed. Fucking voila is what I think. Everything's in there. Everything's tight. Alright guys. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I mean, all I'm gonna do is air it up, and y'all ain't gonna be able to hear it over the fucking truck noise, trailer noise, and every fucking thing else that happens, that if it's fixed or not. But the problem was that little stupid fitting right here was brass fitting, and it snapped. Just snapped clean off. And when I got in last night, it was just barely hanging. When I went back here to reach, because it's fucking dark, you know, when I went back here to reach, I bumped it, and that fell, and the brakes went to locking up. And I was just glad that I was on gravel, because I kind of drugged the motherfucker over here and backed it into a parking spot in the gravel. And I just fixed it, man, with the wrong fucking tools. I mean, you know, I try to tell everybody, it's not about the tools you have, it's about how you come up with the solution to fix your problem. I don't give a fuck if you manage to use a rock. It doesn't make a shit. You know, but that right there, I just saved road service and whatever they're going to charge me for that part, and then a few hours labor. And they wouldn't have put the time and the effort into getting that deal out of this directional valve like I did, and getting the broke piece out of that other fitting right here. That had a broke piece in it, and this had a broke piece in it. Like I showed you on this one, but I took this one out last night in the dark. But they wouldn't have taken the time to do that, and you'd have been out of directional valve. Overpriced fitting. Them telling you that this isn't the right valve for the trailer. You having to then sign that they're not liable for it not being mounted the way that whatever they think it should be mounted. And road service. And mileage coming out here to assess the problem, to realize that, oh no, we don't carry just shit like that on hand. Then them driving to go get some shit, then coming back. I mean, it'd have been an all-day affair. Road service, fucking the directional valve, the fittings, you know, labor. I just saved a shitload of money by just trying, you know, by thinking about it, by going to a store and fucking looking at a parts aisle until I found some shit that fit. Yeah, this is galvanized steel, but I sealed it. I don't know. That's an iron fitting right here. So I got an iron fitting, galvanized steel, and then an aluminum fucking house deal right here. I don't know if that's right, wrong, indifferent. I really don't give a fuck. The fact is that it's gonna work. So, thank y'all for watching, and this is another reason why being an owner-operator sucks if you actually do your own work. Thanks.